Moving on to our next story. What happens when an immigration pathway, which applicants spend years preparing for, suddenly adds new checks at every step? This is what seems to be happening for the H-1B hopefuls. This application process now has fresh surprises and deeper scrutiny. The United States is rolling out a new set of restrictions. US officials have said that beginning December 15th, the State Department will widen its review to assess the online presence of all H-1B applicants and their dependents. So now, it's not just students and exchange visitors whose social media accounts are under scrutiny. H-1B applicants, their dependents on H-4, F, M and J visas must also have their social media profiles accessible to the public to ease the US immigration assessment. The Trump administration repeated that visa vetting is fundamentally a national security decision, and consular officers must use every possible source, including online activity, to determine whether an applicant poses a risk or intends to misuse the visa privilege. According to reports, an internal cable issued by the US State Department on December the 2nd directs American consular officers at embassies worldwide to tighten their vetting of H-1B applicants, especially those in technology and digital content roles. Officers have been instructed to examine the resumes and LinkedIn profiles of applicants and their dependents. The US immigration officials must assess an applicant's past work connected to misinformation, disinformation, content moderation, fact-checking, compliance, and online safety functions. So, what does it mean? Essentially, the US wants to know if an applicant ever worked in a job where they controlled what people can say online. If officers find that an applicant has taken part in blocking or removing legally protected speech in the United States, they can now mark that person as ineligible for the visa. This is not the first time the issue of free speech has surfaced in US visa policy. In May, Secretary of State Marco Rubio warned that the US could impose visa bans on individuals involved in censoring speech by Americans. This latest policy rejig comes shortly after a National Guard member was killed in an ambush near the White House on November the 26th, an incident that prompted Trump to vow tougher restrictions on entry from quote-unquote third world countries. It also follows the $100,000 H-1B application fee introduced in September, a move that added a steep financial barrier for employers. These new steps carry significant implications for India. About two-thirds of H-1B applicants in recent years have been Indian nationals, working in the tech sector. As Washington prepares to enforce the new rules on December the 15th, H-1B applicants are left bracing for more demanding checks, more documentation, and far less predictability. What was once a competitive work visa route now seems to have become a process marked by surprise hurdles at every single turn.
I rose from the Army with medals on my chest. I spoke of freedom from colonial chains, but I tightened my own. I filled prisons with ghosts. Nearly 500,000 people were butchered under my rule, and I trusted only my paranoia. I gave myself grand titles. I claimed to be Africa's strongman. History calls me something else, the dictator. Who am I?